Agija by Neil Fontaine. Read by Neil Fontaine. The evening before they were forced to travel to the dangerous planet known as Agukas, a terrible thing had happened that would forever change their lives. Clay ended up becoming a different man. History of the Brahmana. Earth, Territory 7, District 15. On the high school campus, Clay rushed across the synthetic grass to be on time for hot blade training with Teacher Lang. His backpack tugged hard on his shoulders. He hated the thing, but Dad couldn't afford zero-gravity bags, nor did he approve of off-world tech. He yanked his backpack up higher and stopped running when he spotted Scott Jenkins standing in the way. "Where you going, nerd?" Scott stared him down, fists clenched, eyes scrunched, a wall of pure muscle. Clay clutched the straps of his backpack tighter and tried to calm his racing heart. "Nothing," he said, in the strongest voice he could, but knew it came out pathetic, like a worm. The feared thrash member inched closer, face contorting with anger. "Yo, you staring at me? We got a prob." Clay wanted to believe the gang's influence made Scott act this way. He remembered a different Scott from grade school, a kinder kid, who once saved Clay from drowning. "No, I'm just trying to get to training." Scott now stood nose to nose with Clay, his fierce eyes as blue-gray as a raging ocean. Clay's thoughts raced. Should he run for it? Stay here and try to reason with Scott? Running made sense, but he couldn't make his trembling legs move. "You think training's gonna make you from not being a wimp, man?" He shoved Clay back a few feet. "Come on, show me what you got." Clay knew to keep his mouth shut, but wished he could fight back. His stupid tiny stature wouldn't be a match for Scott. Maybe if he had a hot blade. A small crowd had gathered to watch the spectacle, curious eyes always wanting to watch the next person Scott would beat up, hoping it wasn't them. "Yo, stupid, you just gonna stand there, man?" Clay tried to keep his hands from shaking while fear and rage rushed through his veins simultaneously. Rage must have overpowered his fear because he said, "Does this make you feel tough?" He couldn't believe he had said that. Now fear buzzed all through his limbs and seized him, making Clay like a statue that just waited there for Scott's fist to slam into his nose. Pain exploded through his face. His knees buckled, then he slammed into the grass, his only thoughts, those of the blinding pain. Muffled voices faded in and out, or maybe just one voice. Warmth touched his lips that tasted of copper. He held his nose. The pain let go enough for him to open his eyes to see that Scott had left. Some of the crowd remained, yet none did anything to help. Clay sighed. The crowd seemed as dead as the Scott he once knew. When Clay stood, an officer bot ran over to him. The bot held out an arm. "Stop. Were you assaulted?" Clay honestly thought about snitching. "I'm fine." The bot gripped Clay's arm. "Why are you bleeding?" "Some boy punched him," a lady in the crowd said. Clay tried to yank his arm free. "Let go. Nobody touch me. She's crazy." The boy released Clay's arm and lowered his blue officer hat a little lower on his shiny head. "It's against the law to lie about a crime scene." Clay narrowed his eyes as if to say, "Are you serious?" Then he shook his head at the loud mouth in the crowd. She wouldn't lend a hand to help, but she sure would try to get Clay in trouble. "Scott Jenkins and I were just messing around. Ask him." "Will do, Clay Murdoch. Expect a visit from me if the story doesn't check out." After sprinting most of the way, Clay had arrived to blade training, 3 stories inside an almost all-glass building, all but for Lang Sao's training. The dojo's windows were all black tinted. When Clay entered the dojo, Master Lang tossed him a sao. Clay caught it. "You late." she said. Clay gripped the sow in his hand, which resembled a knife's handle. Sorry. Oh, well, your dad always pay on time. Clay sighed. He had to take private lessons because his dad had said, Boy, you ain't training with no gax. Clay didn't really see the problem with training with aliens. Lang stood in a wide stance that resembled a fencer, but her outfit, although tight, resembled a gi. She gripped her sow, and a hot blade appeared as if attached to it. Scott again? Clay touched his nose, then got into stance and turned his sow on. It glowed hot orange with the shape of a samurai sword, but only a foot long. The glow reflected off all the mirrors that lined the walls. Maybe if you taught me more hand-to-hand combat. You too small, too thin. You're also small, he said. But I fight good. She jabbed her blade at him. Clay parried and stepped to the left. See, she said. Why you always back away? It's a good move. She waved a dismissing hand. What? It's good. She stepped closer, blade out in front of her. You waste too much energy to accomplish little. Try dodging and countering instead. She lunged her blade at him again. This time he dodged the attack, then tried to counterstrike, but Lang slipped it and sliced his arm. Clay flinched, jumped back, and grabbed his arm. What the hell? You too slow. Looking at the small burn on his arm, he said, What setting you got that thing on? 2. You ready? After he shook his burnt arm at her, he yelled, Really? And threw the sow to the floor. He headed for the door. Where you go? I'm done. The next thing he knew, he was flat on his back, laying on top of him like a wild cat, her fingers at his throat. Your dad pay for full hour. She released him. Now get up. Try the move again. Clay held his throat and looked at her like she were crazy. Up, she said. He slowly stood. I'm not getting burned again. Then move faster. She lunged at him again. Clay instinctively dodged, then counter-struck with a jabbing motion, and this time he caught her on the gi. She smiled. See? Danger make you better. So that's just a quick sample reading. I don't know if my cat was in the background or not, if you guys ever heard that. But yeah, so what do you guys think so far? That's the opening of my novel, Agija. It's one I hope to hopefully get published, and I just thought I would practice narration. So I always like to challenge myself with new things, and right now I want to challenge myself with narration. I think it's quite a challenge to be able to read with emotion, and then sometimes not with emotion, to just do more calm narration and to kind of try to act out the characters' voices. I'm not really sure if I like Scott Jenkins' voice like that. I just thought it was kind of cool, to do that kind of accent with him. But normally I was going to just have him talk more normal, just more thuggish though. Where you going, nerd? Scott stared him down like that. But then I was like, I don't know, what if I go with, where you going, nerd? What's up, man? You want to talk? You want to fuck with this shit now? I don't know, kind of interesting. This takes place in the future Earth, where aliens populate some of Earth and stuff like that. So anyway, it's a really pretty cool, complex story, and hopefully I'll get it published. We'll have to see. But mainly I just wanted to read from it because it's not copyrighted since it's mine, and see if what you guys think of the little studio setup. If you guys would like to know how to set up your own home studio, it's really inexpensive and really easy to do. The most expensive part, obviously, is the microphone. But the microphone that I use is a shotgun microphone by Audio-Technica, and I think it was like $159, which is actually pretty good for a studio microphone. And then I'm using the H4n, which I think was like about $169 on Amazon or something like that. And then you just need a plug, which you can get online for pretty cheap too. Forget the name of that plug with the 3 prongs. Anyway, I got that plug for a pretty long one for like $15, something like that. And then like a little headphone where you can hear yourself, so that you're on the mic and how it sounds. And then also just you need to have, anyway, there's a couple of things you need. A walk-in closet works fantastic, and then all you have to do is like leave your clothes in there, and the clothes actually work as a sound barrier and makes it muffle, like muffles the sound because you don't want it to echo inside of a room. The worst place to like record would be like inside of a bathroom or something like that. You don't want like a very echoey room unless you're like wanting to sing or something. In that case, you wouldn't want a shotgun mic. But I think for reading, the shotgun mic works really good. But yeah, if you guys want a video tutorial on that and how to get quality sound like this, to get the professional like sound studio quality without actually being in a sound studio, let me know and maybe I'll make a tutorial on that if I can find the time. Yeah, so hey, you might actually see an audiobook come out, and I'll let you guys know if it does, with narrated by Neil Fontaine. That's kind of cool, huh? If I do end up publishing this book, I'm definitely going to try out for it myself. The publisher has to obviously choose the who they think is best, and I'll try out for my own book, and maybe I'll actually like pass. That'd be awesome. If my thinking too far ahead, I gotta get the book published first, huh? But yeah, so Bending Nature is doing really good. Me and my girlfriend's book. So Bending Nature by Samantha Stone. It's doing great. It's in the top 30 for paranormal novels, which is like really hard to do. So that's cool. It has an overall Amazon ranking of like 34,000, which is amazing because there's literally millions of books on there. And I've seen a lot of books that right now are trying to make audio versions and they're ranked like 704,000, and they got like 500 reviews. So it's crazy. So yeah, I'm really happy about it so far. Yeah, everything's going good. If you guys haven't got a chance to check it out, definitely check it out. There's the publisher has the first 3 chapters for free that you can read. Just go to bigideaspublishing.net, bigideaspublishing.net, and right there you'll see right underneath the novel cover. You'll just click on that, and that will take you to the page with the first 3 chapters for free to read. Yeah, so that's pretty awesome, huh? Hey, if you guys like it and dig it and you guys want a free copy, let me know. I can give you guys a gift card and you can go and read the rest of it for free. So yeah, what do you think of that? Booyah, free. Can't beat that, right? So, but you got to really like it, man. So read those 3 chapters. If you really dig it and you like it, let me know why you like it and why you want to read the rest of it and why you can't afford the $2.99. And then I will be happy to give you a free gift of the book so you can read it all. Yeah. All right. So that's about it, folks. I want to do more tutorials on how to write, how it is I got published, all that kind of stuff. I am going to be working on a course which will have this kind of awesome sound quality and good video quality, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so it's going to be an entire course on how to write, how to actually come up with your story and how to write your story, how to develop it, using both techniques of pantser, because there's the two types. There's a plotter and a pantser. I'm going to show both ways and how to kind of intermingle them together to come up with a really good plot that will sell good and that people will like, and then how to develop your characters, all that kind of stuff, and then all the way to how to actually go about getting it published. Hiccups or something. But yeah, so it's going to be a very, very cool course. But also, I'm going to be doing some writing tutorials here on the site on the channel as well. And I'm just not sure which ones. I think I want to do like maybe my how to write characters that sound different than you. But I want to do it without I don't want just to just be audio. I want it to be like video audio. So you can see me talking, see my hand gestures. I think it's more entertaining to actually watch someone teach something than just see like a screenshot of text and stuff, right? Now with drawing is a little different because you're actually seeing something constantly being done on screen that is coming to life and being drawn. But when you're teaching writing, I think it's better that you see the face of the person. So yeah, I'm gonna be moving soon, so maybe I'll set up one of my rooms to be like my recording studio room, and not just for video but also for audio. Yeah, that, or I guess I'll just have to rent out hotels every time I want to do some recording, which can be expensive, huh? All right, guys. Yeah, thanks for watching. I know this has gone on a little bit long, so I'm not even on video. It's just audio. That's probably kind of more boring, but yeah. But look, you can get like really close to the microphone if you wanted to and make it sound really cool. Now, normally there'd be a little bit of background noise, watch. But all you guys hear is silence because that tiny little bit of background noise that does come out after you have your little, ghetto studio made up, I can totally get rid of it with Audible. So I can show you all those cool tricks and everything in a video if you like for free. Yeah, if you guys are interested. There's actually a lot of money to be made right now on ACX for audiobooks. So if you guys got any talent at all at reading books and acting and stuff, you can actually make a lot of money on there, and also on that one software where you do whiteboard animations. You have to pay for it. It's kind of expensive, but after you pay for it, you get this like extensive people, like a library of people that are looking for talent, for people to either do the drawing part of the whiteboard animation or the vocal parts of it, to do the voiceovers and things like that. And they pay really good. And that's through, what is that? Damn, Sparkle. That's right. Sparkle is the name of the software. That's the software that I use in my course, how to draw whiteboard animations without actually having to draw. But I also teach it if you actually want to draw as well. Right, so that's it, man. What do you guys think of this little novel here I'm working on? Well, actually, I've already kind of finished it, but I'm reworking it because I want it to be really good, right? So I'm trying to add new layers and shit of like depth and awesomeness and shit like that, because I want it to be as awesome and as good as possible. And the only way to do that is to add layers into it, like, yeah, right. Right, so bye. If you like this, then go ahead, man, and come on, accent, get out of there. Okay, go ahead and leave a comment and subscribe. I would appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I'm sorry that I have been so busy. I haven't really been to upload much drawing stuff, but I will try here soon to upload a drawing video as well as a how to write video. Patow, ching chong, chicken, chicken, China, the Chinese chicken. Wait, that's horrible. That's not how it sounds. I don't think you guys ever heard that joke. It's like, chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. Grab a drumstick and your brain starts cricking. Cricking, cricking, chickadee China. Some shit like that. I just like this microphone. It's fucking awesome. Why? Because I'm Batman. Because I'm Batman. Because I'm Batman. How the fuck does Batman sound? Everyone's different, Because I'm Batman. You want to know why? Because I'm Batman. Why do you always talk in that rough voice? Because I'm Batman. So fuck you and die, Superman. Thank you for watching.